Good morning, Lord. Here I am again, standing at the threshold of another day. And honestly, I'm not sure I have what it takes. My alarm went off, and for a moment, I just lay there, feeling the weight of everything ahead of me. The meetings I need to navigate, the decisions that are waiting, the people who are counting on me to show up as my best self. But then I remembered something beautiful. I remembered that you don't expect me to face this day in my own strength. You've never asked me to be superhuman or to have it all figured out. What you've asked is for me to come to you, just like this, with my honest heart and my real needs. So here's what I need today, God. I need energy that goes deeper than caffeine. I need the kind of strength that comes from knowing I'm loved, knowing I'm equipped, knowing that you've already gone before me into every moment I'll encounter. When I think about that presentation I have to give later, my stomach gets tight. Help me remember that you've given me a voice for a reason, and you'll help me use it well. Guide me through the challenging conversation I've been avoiding with my colleague. You know the one I mean. The one where I need to address the tension that's been building, where I need to speak truth with grace. Give me words that heal rather than harm. Show me how to be firm without being harsh, how to be clear without being cruel. My kids need me to be present today, not just physically there but really engaged with their world. When my son tells me about his science project, help me put down my phone and look into his eyes. When my daughter shares her worries about the math test, let me offer more than just a quick solution. Teach me to give them my attention, like the gift it truly is. I'm thinking about my friend Sarah, who's going through that difficult divorce. She might call today, and I want to be ready to listen well. Sometimes I feel so inadequate when people are hurting. I want to fix everything, but I know that's not always what's needed. Help me discern when to offer advice and when to simply sit in the pain with her. Give me the emotional energy to be fully present for her story. There's that project at work that's been dragging on for weeks. Every time I look at it, I feel overwhelmed by all the moving pieces. Break it down for me, Lord. Help me see the next right step instead of getting paralyzed by the whole picture. You know I tend to overthink things until they seem impossible. Show me how to take one good step forward today. I've been struggling with my health lately, feeling more tired than I should, more worn down than I want to admit. I know you care about my physical body, not just my spirit. Help me make wise choices today about what I eat, about taking those walks I keep promising myself I'll take. Give me the motivation to treat my body like the temple you've made it to be. My mom called yesterday, and I could hear the loneliness in her voice. I want to call her back today, but honestly, sometimes those conversations drain me. I feel guilty even admitting that. Help me love her well without losing myself in her needs. Show me how to be a good daughter while also maintaining healthy boundaries. There's this opportunity that might come up today, and I'm torn between excitement and fear. Part of me wants to jump at it, but another part of me worries I'm not ready. You know I sometimes sell myself short, but I also know I can be overly confident at times. Give me wisdom to see clearly, to evaluate this possibility with both courage and realism. I keep thinking about that verse in Isaiah, where you promise that those who wait on you will renew their strength, that they'll soar on wings like eagles, that they'll run and not grow weary, walk and not faint. I need that renewal today, God. Not just physical energy, though I need that too, but spiritual strength that comes from being connected to you. Help me remember throughout this day that my worth isn't determined by how much I accomplish or how perfectly I perform. Some days I get so caught up in the doing that I forget about the being. Remind me that you love me for who I am, not just for what I produce. Let that truth settle deep into my bones and change how I move through the hours ahead. I'm concerned about my budget this month. Things are tighter than I'd like, and I find myself worrying about money more than I want to. Help me trust that you see my needs and that you're faithful to provide. When I'm tempted to make decisions based on fear, redirect my heart toward faith. Show me opportunities to be generous, even when resources feel limited, because I know that's often when generosity means the most. There's someone at work who's been particularly difficult lately, and I can feel resentment building in my heart. I don't like who I become when I hold on to frustration like this. Help me see them through your eyes today. Maybe they're dealing with something I don't know about. Maybe their harshness comes from their own pain. Give me patience I don't naturally possess, and grace that can only come from you. I want to be intentional about gratitude today. It's so easy to rush from task to task without pausing to notice the good things you're weaving into ordinary moments. Help me catch the beauty in small things. The way morning light falls across my kitchen table, the sound of laughter from the next room, the satisfaction of completing something I've been putting off. My heart feels heavy when I think about some of the relationships in my life that aren't what they used to be. People I was once close to, who feel like strangers now. I don't know if these connections can be repaired, but I want to be open to reconciliation if you make a way. Give me the humility to apologize where I need to apologize, and the wisdom to know when to step back. I've been reading that psalm lately, where David talks about you being his strength and his song. I love that combination. Strength for the hard things, but also song for the joy that can exist right alongside difficulty. Help me find both today. When I'm facing challenges, let me draw on your strength. When I encounter beauty or kindness or unexpected grace, let my heart sing. There's a decision I've been wrestling with for weeks now, and I still don't have clarity. I've made my pro and con lists. I've talked it through with people I trust, but I still feel uncertain. I'm reminded that you promise wisdom to those who ask for it. So I'm asking, Lord, not necessarily for the answer to come like lightning, but for the next step to become clear. Help me trust the process of seeking your guidance. I want to be fully present in my work today, to see it as more than just a paycheck, but as a way to serve others and use the gifts you've given me. When tasks feel mundane, help me remember that excellence in small things often leads to opportunities for bigger impact. When I'm tempted to cut corners or give less than my best effort, remind me that my work is ultimately an offering to you. My neighbor has been dealing with a serious illness, and I keep meaning to do something helpful but never quite follow through. Today, give me the initiative to actually act on my good intentions. Maybe it's bringing dinner, maybe it's offering to help with yard work, maybe it's just showing up to listen. Help me move beyond sympathy to practical love. I think about that story Jesus told about not worrying about tomorrow because today has enough trouble of its own. Some days I feel like I'm living in 3 different time zones, dwelling on regrets from yesterday, anxious about scenarios that might never happen tomorrow, and barely present for what's actually in front of me right now. Anchor me in this day, this moment, this breath. There are dreams in my heart that feel too big, too unlikely, too late to pursue. I've gotten comfortable with settling for less than what I sense you might have in store. Give me courage to take small steps toward those dreams today. Not reckless leaps, but faithful steps. Help me trust that you plant desires in our hearts for reasons, and that it's never too late for new chapters. I'm grateful for the people you've placed in my life, even when relationships are complicated. My family with all their quirks and challenges, friends who know me well enough to call me out when I need it, colleagues who make work more enjoyable, neighbors who wave across the yard. Help me be the kind of person others are grateful to have in their lives too. Sometimes I feel like I'm falling behind in life, like everyone else has figured out something I'm still learning. Social media doesn't help with this feeling. When I'm tempted to compare my behind-the-scenes reality with everyone else's highlight reel, remind me that you have a unique path for each of us. Help me run my own race with patience and persistence. I want to be someone who brings light into the rooms I enter today. Not fake cheerfulness that ignores real problems, but genuine hope that comes from knowing you. When I encounter people who are struggling, help me be a source of encouragement. When I meet people who are celebrating, help me rejoice with them authentically. There are habits I want to change, and habits I want to develop. I know transformation doesn't happen overnight, but it also doesn't happen without intentional steps. Give me the motivation to make good choices throughout this day, and help me remember that progress matters more than perfection. When I stumble, help me get back up quickly, instead of wallowing in self-criticism. As I think about the evening ahead, I want to end this day well. To go to bed, knowing I lived with purpose, loved with intention, and remained connected to you through it all. I don't need it to be a perfect day, just a faithful one. A day where I showed up as authentically as I could, where I contributed something good to the world, where I grew a little bit more into who you created me to be. Thank you for hearing these thoughts and requests, Lord. Thank you for caring about the details of my life, for wanting to be involved in both the significant moments and the ordinary ones. As I step into this day, I'm choosing to trust that your strength is sufficient for whatever comes my way. Your energy will sustain me, your wisdom will guide me, and your love will anchor me. I don't know everything this day holds, but I know you'll be with me through all of it. That's enough. That's more than enough. Amen. Thank you so much for joining me in prayer this morning. If this time of connection with God encouraged your heart, I'd love for you to let me know by hitting the like button below. And if you'd like to start more of your days with intentional prayer together, please consider subscribing to join our growing community of people seeking to live with faith and purpose.